The pain and agony of having to lessen ourselves, dumb ourselves down, and make ourselves smaller to make our abusers more comfortable. Enough times reprimanded, enough words said, enough emotional neglect and abuse that it became an automatic reflex in reaction to lessen ourselves and shrink ourselves, making sure we were never too much. And with a heavy feeling inside that there was no legitimacy to our being, our existence as separate beings that matter, and reflected back to us that our inner experiences were irrelevant to those who had control over us. Sit down, smile, and be quiet. You're not looked at as human. You don't deserve this. You don't deserve that. You don't need this. You don't need that. You don't need anything. You don't deserve anything. Sentences replaying like a broken record within the mind, downplaying our skills, abilities, knowledge, and intelligence, all for the sake of someone's fragile ego, while not even understanding the subconscious suppression of self that's happening, the soul suppression. It is so sad, the time wasted, the realities missed, the self that slips away further and further as the abuser's voice echoes louder and louder, reverberating from within, calling in selves that aren't even you, but versions of the abuser's self that they just cannot own. They cannot digest, they cannot work through. So they make it your problem and they make it become a part of you. Working and living through lenses of selves that aren't yours. Sometimes too difficult to even tell whose voices is whose, and if certain voices within are even your own. Recognizing the deep shame within that has reached mountainous heights, a trigger switch away that feels like it reaches the depths of the ocean floors. And only through committing to taking a trek through that deep shame that was projected and injected into you like poison, our small minds enveloped in it, can we begin to untangle the pain and agony of having to lessen ourselves, dumb ourselves down, make our real selves disappear, and become as small as can be to make our abusers more comfortable, to soothe and bring comfort to their fragile ego and where they remain stuck. They could care less about your comfort in your inner or outer world. As long as everything looks good and from the outside looking in, there's no visible wounds. Another day goes by and another day of being unheard and unseen. It's time to scream.